So, hello everyone. This is our part 11. This is our part 11 of full stack Python. Okay, so this is our playlist of full stack Python development. Okay, so actually this is not just a playlist. This is also a course, or we can say this is a training for full stack Python. All right, and this is the 11th video of this playlist. Okay, as I already discussed with you that we will do projects as well whenever when we complete our modules. जैसे जैसे हमारे modules complete होंगे हम उसके बेसिस पे प्रोजेक्ट भी देखेंगे। तो अभी क्योंकि इनिशियल फेज चल रहा है हमें स्टार्टिंग वीडियोस में, तो हम सबसे पहले थ्योरीज कवर कर रहे हैं, उसके बाद प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, प्रोग्रामिंग प्रैक्टिस करेंगे। ओके, एंड उसके बाद तो प्रोजेक्ट्स करेंगे। ओके, प्रोजेक्ट्स करेंगे और साथ में प्लस हम इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन भी इसमें लगाएंगे। ओके, so this is the basic idea. This is not just a theory lecture, or this is not just a normal playlist. It is the training course. All right, so let's see what we will learn in today's lecture. We will learn about identifiers. Okay, we will study about identifiers. So what is identifier? What is identifier? Identifying means like finding something. Identify is what? Like finding something. Okay, identifying is like finding. Okay, so what is identifiers? What is the definition of identifier? Identifier is a programmer defined words or user defined words. Identifier is used to identify programming elements. Identifier is what? It is used to identify programming element. For example, एक example देता हूँ आपको. For example, we have this a equals to 10. Okay, so a is the identifier. Okay, a is what? Identifier. All right, a is an identifier. For example, let's say name equals to Ram. All right, so name is what? Name is identifier. Fire. All right, and let me give you another example like password. Password equals to 123. So what is password? Password is identifier. All right, so this particular thing is known as identifier. And what is this? This is literal. All right, and this is what? This is operator. Okay, so what is Ram? Ram here is literal, or we can say constant value is also known as literal. Okay, and this is an operator. All right, तो देखते हैं इसमें क्या लिखा है. So what is identifiers? Like variable names is identifier, function name is identifier, data types name is also an identifier, program name or module name is also an identifier, package name is also identifier. Or we can say user defined words. What are the words defined by the user is known as identifier. But एक चीज याद रखना आप लोग, जो keywords होते हैं, keywords, अगर कीवर्ड्स को हटा दिया जाए तो बाकी जो कुछ भी बचता है रिमेन नोन एज आइडेंटिफायर. ओके, अपार्ट फ्रॉम कीवर्ड्स everything is identifier. Okay, and keyword cannot be a identifier. Keywords cannot be a identifier. All right, because keywords are known as reserved word. Reserved word. Keywords are reserved word. What is reserved word? What is reserved word? Reserved mean, what do you understand by reserved? We can say like this seat is already reserved. So reserved, same reserved means the particular thing already reserved. So means, for example, we have integer like this. We have integer. So integer is what? Int is a keyword. The meaning of int compiler already know. Okay. For example, let's say we take like is not a string. For example, float. So float is what? Float is a keyword. For example, def. Def is what? Def is a keyword. So these are the keywords. So बोर्ड गंदा हो चुका है, आप भी सोच रहे होंगे क्या पता नहीं कहाँ क्या लिखा जा रहा है, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. तो लेट मी क्लीन इट. ओके. सो बेसिकली आई होप कि आपको आइडिया क्लियर होगा व्हाट इज आइडेंटिफायर. तो बस ये चीजें कुछ याद रखिए कि आइडेंटिफायर क्या क्या होते हैं. वेरिएबल नेम कैन बी आइडेंटिफायर. फंक्शन नेम कैन बी आइडेंटिफायर. वेरिएबल नेम इज लाइक, फॉर एग्जांपल, if I am giving like int abc equals to 35. So this is what identifier. All right. And function name can be identifier. For example, def, and if I say like sum. Okay. So this is what identifier, like user defined name. Data types can be identifiers. Okay. Program name or module name can be identifier. Package name is also identifier. Okay. And identifier is a combination. Identifier is a single word. This word is created using alphabets. Okay, alphabets is A to Z or capital A to Z, digits 0 to 9, and one special character underscore. Okay, so only one special character underscore we can use. Only underscore we can use as a special character. Other than underscore, we cannot anything as a special symbol while we are creating an identifier. So we can only use identifier. For example, let's say if I am writing like int underscore number num equals to 123. So this is allow. Okay. If you will write like this, int at the rate num equals to 123. So this is not allow because only one symbol which is underscore is only allow. Other than underscore, other than underscore, nothing is allowed. Okay. So this is the important line. Please remember this. Once special character underscore is only allowed when you are creating identifier, or we can say when you are creating variable name. Okay. Variable name is also a identifier. Function name is also identifier. Okay. तो यही था इसमें आइडेंटिफायर्स में. ओके. तो आइडेंटिफायर किसका कॉम्बिनेशन हो सकते हैं? आइडेंटिफायर कॉम्बिनेशन हो सकता है, फॉर एग्जांपल, ए से लेके जेड तक आप कुछ भी अल्फाबेट्स लें, उसके कॉम्बिनेशन से बना सकते हैं आइडेंटिफायर. लाइक ए बी सी, दिस कैन बी आइडेंटिफायर. लाइक कैपिटल ए से कैपिटल जेड तक आप कुछ भी आइडेंटिफायर बना सकते हैं ए बी सी का कॉम्बिनेशन करके. अच्छा, एक चीज और बता दूं मैं आपको. आइडेंटिफायर की लेंथ कितनी हो सकती है? कुछ आइडिया है आपको? लाइक आइडेंटिफायर की लेंथ हम कितनी रख सकते हैं? सो इसकी कोई लिमिट नहीं होती. एज मच एज वी वांट वी कैन मेक द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ वर्ड्स. ओके. सो आइडेंटिफायर की लेंथ इन्फिनाइट होती है. बट प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, जब हम बहुत बड़ा आइडेंटिफायर बनाते हैं, बहुत सारे वर्ड्स का यूज करके आइडेंटिफायर बनाते हैं, तो क्या होता है बेसिकली, it is hard to recall, it's hard to recognize the variable or identifier. So that's why we, so this is a tip for you. Whenever you create identifier, so create a meaningful identifier. If you are creating identifier for name literal, okay, if you want to hold the name value, then use like, for example, like name. Okay. So here you can store the name of the student. Okay. For example, if you are storing like number value, So don't give like this ABC equals to 1 2 3. Just give like num1 equals to 1 2 3. So this is the meaningful. Num is like जो बता रहा है हमें कि इसमें नंबर टाइप की वैल्यू हो. ओके, इफ आई राइट STU एंड नेम, तो इससे पता लग जा रहा है हमें कि इसमें स्टूडेंट के नेम के लिए वेरिएबल बनाया गया है, और वी कैन से दिस इज द आइडेंटिफायर फॉर स्टूडेंट नेम. ओके, लाइक दैट. सो आई थिंक मुझे लग रहा है कि मैं ओवर एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ, तो मैं थोड़ा शॉर्ट में एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश करूंगा. ओके, सो डोंट वरी. ओके, तो आइडेंटिफायर शुड नॉट बी कीवर्ड. तो ये जैसे कि मैंने बताया, जो कीवर्ड्स होते हैं पाइथन में, हमारे पास कितने कीवर्ड्स होते हैं? 35. पाइथन में हमारे, अगर पाइथन 3.11 की बात करें या पाइथन 3.12 की बात करें, तो इन दोनों पाइथन के वर्जन्स में हमारे पास कीवर्ड है 35. वी हैव 35 कीवर्ड्स. अगर हम बात करें पाइथन 8.0 की और समथिंग लाइक later version, so we have 36 keywords. How many keywords? We have some more keywords in 8.0 versions. All right, so this is the information. All right, so for example, a equals to 10. So what is a? Now you can tell me what is a. A is a identifier. Okay, identifier. And this is what? This is operator. And this is what? What is 10 here? 10 is a literal. Okay, literal is nothing but constant. Okay, so if I am writing like a equals to 10, so so this identifier takes some memory in the RAM. Okay, for example, this is our main memory. Main memory. Okay, this is our main memory, or we can say RAM. This is our RAM. So when you write like a equals to 10, so the block will create, or we can say the container will create. The name of the container is a. Okay, and this literal will be assigned here, and this particular block have some address in memory. So this is the graphical representation of this particular thing, a equals to 10. All right. Okay, so for example, here a equals to 10. when we when we for example, we assign 10 in a. When we write a and press enter, then 10 value will display. Okay, for example, let's do an experiment. For example, here I write a equals to 10. Okay, when I write type a and press enter, then 10 value will display. Okay, for example, roll number equals to 1. When I write roll number, it will display 1. Okay, so for example, if I write pass and pass equals to 100, so why this giving me error? Why it is giving me error? Because pass is what? Pass is a keyword. What is pass? Pass is a keyword. So I already told you, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया है कि जो keywords होते हैं, keywords keywords का नाम आइडेंटिफायर नहीं हो सकता. Okay, keywords cannot be identifier. All right, keywords cannot be identifier. So pass is what? Pass is a keyword. For example, break is also a keyword. Class is also a keyword. Pass. Pass is also a keyword, but now it's accepting value. Why? Because our keyword name is pass. Okay, this is the small p. But when we are writing in capital P and SS, so now we can say this is what? Identifier. Okay, so this pass is different and this pass is different because Python is case sensitive. A, B, C is different from A, B, C. Okay, both are different. Both are different to each other. Okay, so because Python is case sensitive, let's take an example. For example, I am writing here pass equals to 100, so it will give me error as usual. Okay, for example, now I write capital P and SS equals to 100. Now it is not giving me error. Now I type pass and it will print 100. Okay, so if you will change the case, for example, there is a small p in the keyword, then if you use capital P, so it is different. Small p is different and capital P is different. All right. So identifier can be defined in uppercase or lowercase. Python is a case sensitive language which finds the difference between uppercase and lowercase. Okay. So Python is what? Case sensitive language. Okay. A, B, C is not equals to ABC. All right, that's the mean. Okay, so capital A equals to 10 and small a equals to 20. When we type here capital A, then the capital A value will be print and we will write small a, then small a value will print. All right, there should not be any space between identifier. For example, I am writing roll number, roll, roll number. So there should not be space. There should not be space. Okay. Space is not allowed. Space is not allowed when we are writing. What we are writing? We are writing identifier name or we can say variable name. Whenever we are writing identifier name or variable name, then space is not allowed. For example, here we are writing student number. So this space is not allowed when we are writing variable. Okay, this will give the invalid syntax error. Okay, identifier is allowed only one special character which is underscore. Okay, so for example, I am writing here amt $sign equals to 100. So it is allow or not? It is not allow. It will give the invalid syntax error. Okay, it will give the syntax error. Okay, because why? Because we are using other symbol, other special symbol which is dollar. Dollar is not allowed, whereas underscore is only allowed. Okay, other than underscore, no special character allowed. Okay, for example, here we are using this particular asterisk symbol when while writing variable name, so it is also not allowed. This is also not allowed. Okay, so what is allowed? Underscore is allowed. Underscore is allowed. When you are writing name with underscore, then underscore is allowed. All right. So this is also allowed. Underscore x and underscore is underscore equals to 10. So this is also allowed. For example, I'm writing here. Okay. For example, underscore x underscore 100. Okay. When I write underscore x and underscore, then it will print 100. So it's mean underscore is allowed as a special character. So remember this thing. So identifier should start with alphabets or underscore, but should not start with digit. Alphabet cannot be start from the digit. तो ऐसे क्वेश्चंस एमसीक्यू में काफी पूछ लिए जाते हैं, एग्जाम्स में काफी पूछ लिए जाते हैं, तो आप याद रखो कि किसी भी डिजिट से, डिजिट लाइक 1 2 3 और स्पेशल कैरेक्टर से क्या होता है, हमारा वेरिएबल नेम स्टार्ट नहीं होता है। स्पेशल कैरेक्टर ओनली एक अलाउ है, विच इज अंडरस्कोर। बस ये याद रखना है। All right. So why this giving the syntax error? Because we are starting from digit. We cannot start from digit. Identifier name should not start from the digit. All right. Length of the identifier. What could be the possible length of the identifier? So any length we can give. Any length we can give to our identifier. All right. Any length, as you can see, any length we can give to our identifier. What is naming convention? What is naming convention? Let's see what is naming convention. So naming conventions are nothing but naming rules. This naming conventions makes application easy to understand. So this naming convention is make easy application to understand. For example, I am writing like what I am writing. For example, uh, student, student and name. So this word I write in small and the first letter of this word I write in capital. So this is what? This is the naming convention. Okay. Suppose I am writing here DEF. Okay. Like fun, fun and fun help. So this is the naming convention. You can identify two words. Okay. Let's search on internet. What is the naming convention? What are the different types of naming convention? Let's see. Okay. Naming convention. Let's see. So we have different kind of naming conventions. What are the naming conventions? Like Pascal case, we have Pascal case, we have snake case, we have camel case. Camel case is what? Camel case is like you are writing your and name. So this is called camel casing because the second word first letter is capital. All right. So this is called naming convention of camel case. All right. Let's see, my internet is little slow, so it is taking time. Okay. So Pascal case is used to define class name. Pascal case is used for class name. Okay. Example, student is a class, employee is a class, current account is a class. So this is the Pascal naming convention. Snake case is used to create variables. When we use snake case, snake case is used to create variables. Okay. Examples, roll number, employee number, account number, OTP number. This is the variable name. So this is what? This is snake snake case. Snake case naming convention. Alright. And camel case, camel case is used to define function. Camel case is used to define function. For example, main function, mode, median, login, okay, deposit or create account. The second word first letter is capital. This is known as camel casing. All right. All right. So what is data types? Data types and literal. So what is data type? We already talk about what is literals. Okay. So what is data type? Data type are used to reserve memory for data or literal. Python data types are classified into two categories. Python data types classified into how much categories? Into two categories. What are they? Number one, scalar data type, and number two is collection data type. All right. So scalar data types are used to allocate memory for one value or single value. Okay. So scalar data types are used to allocate memory for one value or single value. Allocating means like assigning some space in the memory. Allocation means assigning or giving some space in the memory to the variable or identifier. All right, for example, we have integer data type, float data type, complex data type, and boolean data type, and none type. For example, if you have container for 1 kg, then you can only insert 1 kg in this container. Okay. If you want to insert 2 kg in this container, then what do you need? You need another container with which is 2 kg. All right. So for example, int takes 4 bytes, but you want to insert value more than the 4 byte, then you will use float container, complex container. Okay. If you want to insert 4.5, then you need float. Okay. Like that. So we have these five scalar data types. All right. Integer, float, complex, boolean, none type. All right. So collection data types are used to allocate memory for more than one value. Collection data types are classified into three categories. Collection data types कितनी categories में define है? Three categories में. What are they? What are the categories? Like sequence is one category, set is another category, and what is third one? Third one is mapping. Okay. तो अब ये देखते हैं सेट सीक्वेंस के अंदर क्या क्या आता है. सीक्वेंस कलेक्शंस के अंदर क्या क्या आता है. तो सीक्वेंस कलेक्शंस के अंदर आता है लिस्ट, टपल, range, str, bytes, byte array. Okay, this is the sequence collection. Okay, and what comes in the sets? So we have only set in the set collection. All right, and or we have frozen set as well. Okay, so we have frozen set as well. And mapping, if we talk about mapping collection, so we have dix data type, dict data type. Sorry, and these 14 data types are called Python standard types. Okay, so these 14 data types are called Python standard data types. All right. So we were talking about naming convention. So naming convention is like that. Let me show you what is naming convention. Naming convention. It's the same image. So this is like, so this is what? See, this is the camel casing. Okay, this is what? Let me see the letters. Right. So, so camel case, we have camel case naming convention, we have snake case, and we have Pascal case. Pascal case is used to write class name, and camel case is used to write function name, and snake case is used to write variables name. All right, as we discussed above in the naming conventions. Okay, here we already talked about Pascal, snake case, camel case. All right. So now we will see what is literal. Literal are values which never change. Literal are what? Values which never change. For example, a equals to 20. So 20 is what? 20 is what? 20 is a literal. 20 is literal. Where a is a identifier. A is a identifier. Okay, or we can say variable. A is what? Variable. And equals to is an operator. Okay. Python literals are classified into two categories: numeric, non-numeric. Okay, numeric, in numeric we have integers, floats, complex. Okay, non-numerics we have str, none, and boolean, or we can say bool. Python is pure object-oriented programming language. Every data type in Python is a class, and data is represented as objects. Okay, so Python is what? Python is pure object-oriented programming language. Okay, so सम लाइक हम कहते हैं कि जावा भी क्या है, प्योर ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है, बट जावा की वीकनेस है कि जावा में इंट एंड फ्लोट वगैरह हम यूज कर सकते हैं, तो जो कि क्लासेस एंड ऑब्जेक्ट का कंसेप्ट नहीं है, तो हम कह सकते हैं कि जावा में कुछ वीकनेस है जो कि उसे प्योर ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड नहीं बनाता। वेयर इज पाइथन, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट पाइथन, तो पाइथन क्या है? पाइथन इज प्योर ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है। एवरी डेटा type in Python is a class, and data is represented as object. Every data type in Python is a class, and data is represented as object. Okay, in the next class we will learn what is class and what is object. So we will discuss about object oriented programming. Okay, where we learn about class and objects in the next class. So thank you everyone for giving your time. Okay, thank you everyone. Okay, so this is smile for you. So always keep a smile on your face, no matter what problems are there, no matter what difficulties are there. Okay, so we have, like, if you are facing difficulties in your life, or this time might be challenging for you, but the thing is, uh, by the time everything's got normal, okay, so just learn, and जस्ट डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम, नेवर वेस्ट योर टाइम। टाइम को वेस्ट मत करो, टाइम को यूज करो, यूटिलाइज करो। ओके, सो कुछ भी लाइक करने का मन कर रहा है तो बस कर दो उस चीज को, लाइक इन टर्म्स ऑफ लाइक वो चीज ऐसी होनी चाहिए जिससे किसी का नुकसान ना हो। ओके, और अगर उस चीज को करने से किसी का फायदा हो रहा है तो वो चीज हमें डेफिनेटली करना चाहिए। ओके, सो वही है, लाइक डिप्रेस मत रहो, और लाइक लाइक व्हाट, टाइम निकल जाता है, लाइक। Okay, so I also face some difficulties. I face many difficulties, many tough time. But after a period of time, it pass away. Okay, वो सब चला जाता है. So what I am saying is always keep a smile on your face. Okay, so thank you everyone for giving your valuable time to me, and यहाँ तक रहने के लिए also thank कि अगर आपने यहाँ तक वीडियो को देखा है तो इट्स मीन आई एम रियली थैंकफुल फॉर यू। ओके, and in last, bye everyone. Okay, we will meet in next lecture. All right, so thank you everyone.